What's up, guys? Commander Cowboy here, bringing you a Broncos rebuild on Madden 20. So for this rebuild, it'll be a little bit different than a normal rebuild. I'll be doing players that are 26 and under, which means that a lot of players in my team right now are probably not going to be on the team. So gonna have to get rid of Emmanuel Sanders, unfortunately, Von Miller, and then of course Chris Harris Jr. So with this thing, I'm going to go ahead and do some trades, get some players that are under the age of 26, and then also the stipulation applies for when I'm in free agency. And then I'll just roll with those players for the next 5 years. This will be a 5-year rebuild, and then from then on out, we will see if we make the playoffs or maybe even the Super Bowl. So real quick, let's take a moment and look at this. Vance Joseph is still the defensive coordinator for the Broncos in this game, so that's a little frustrating to see, but oh well, doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and switch to a 4-3 and then use Dallas's defense anyway, and I think we're going to keep the West Coast zone run here, so we'll go ahead and switch to the Atlanta offense, and then we'll do the Dallas defense. Yeah, I think that fits well, a 4-3. Cool. We're going to go ahead and leave that like that, and then we're going to go ahead and hop right into the trades. All right, so our first trade has went through. We've traded Garrett Bowles and Juwan James for Will Fuller, which would be really nice. I've already traded away Emmanuel Sanders for a draft pick, so this would be a great compliment to Cortland Sutton. I know one of our biggest concerns on the defense is our linebackers, and trading away Von Miller really is not going to help anything. One thing that I've been running into a lot is trying to trade Von Miller to teams that already have a lot of, or don't really have any cap room at all. Because then you'll try to trade him for anyone, and as you can see here, they don't have any cap room. I'll try to trade him. It doesn't let me trade him. So I'm gonna try to find a trade partner for Von Miller, and then I'll keep you guys posted on any other big trades that might go through. Well, guys, not a huge trade, but we did manage to trade Von Miller. Unfortunately, it's to a division rival, so that's gonna be great to have. But really, we're getting great value here, I think, from a younger player in Agba and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm gonna hate facing him twice a year, but like I said, I'm simming the seasons anyway. So I mean, I guess I technically won't be facing him personally, but have fun computer players. Let's go ahead and try to get left guard Quentin Nelson here. I know they need a middle linebacker and a right guard, so I'm probably going to go ahead and give him Todd Davis and then right guard. Let's see, who do we got for right guard? Oh, yeah, we started with Ron Leary, so I wonder if this trade will go through. No. All right, so probably going to throw a draft pick in there. We'll see. And a lot of these teams, they don't have enough cap space to take my players, so let's just try to give them... still the cap space. Let's take out Todd Davis and see if all right, let's see if this goes through. Wow, it actually went through. Cool. So, not bad at all. Ron Leary and a first-round draft pick for Quentin Nelson. That is a great addition to the offensive line. All right, might be one of the best trades we've had so far. I love Chris Harris Jr. I love Philip Lindsay. But when you can trade those two guys and a second-round draft pick to get Saquon Barkley, I think that's a trade you make 10 out of 10 times. So, great trade right here. Gonna have to go ahead and continue to build the offensive line if I actually want to get any production out of them. So, we're gonna go ahead and get some more draft picks. Try to get some more draft picks to go through, and then I'll catch up with you guys later to see who we got. All right, so this is our 26 and under team. As you can see, Will Fuller there, Saquon Barkley. We signed Tyree Jackson in free agency. The rest of the offense is pretty much the same. On the offensive line, of course, the additions of Quentin Nelson, and we also got Joe Thuney, which is great. Moved Dalton Risner from left guard to left tackle. And then over here on defense, we ended up getting Harrison Phillips, Tim Jernigan, and then, of course, the addition of Emmanuel Agba. And then P.J. Williams and... Eli Apple were basically just handed to us by the Saints for like a first-round draft pick or a second-round draft pick. Linebackers, still a weak spot of the defense. As you can see, we're running a 4-3. I got Justin Hollins and Jeff Holland. I had to move up the depth chart just to add some players in there. But, yeah, these are the players we're going to roll with for the next 5 years, and we'll see if we can make the playoffs. It appears that we did not make the playoffs. I want to go ahead and scroll over here and see what our record was. 5-11. No, definitely did not make the playoffs, but that was kind of expected with the team that we have and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and check out these players' stats, though, and kind of see how they did. Drew Lock, over 4,000 passing yards and 34 passing touchdowns, which is great. And then Tyree Jackson, 1 attempt, 1 completion. Saquon Barkley, 1,300 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Awesome. Noah Fant, leading receiver with 979 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns, followed by Will Fuller with 9. Cortland Sutton only had 3 touchdowns, which kind of sucks, but let's go to the defense here. Josie Jewell leading the team with tackles, and then Will Parks. Cool. All right, sack-wise, let's see who we got. Bradley Chubb, 13 sacks, followed by Emmanuel Ogbah with 6. And then interceptions, Will Parks with 2. Wow, we did not have many interceptions, so that kind of sucks. But, oh well, this is something we'll build off of. And then, okay, I guess we're going to go over here and upgrade our players now. Okay, and I forgot to mention before, I did move the XP sliders from 100 to 200, so, of course, the players are going to have more XP to spend and stuff like that, but that isn't just for me. The rest of the league gets the double XP as well. As a matter of fact, the teams that make the playoffs in the Super Bowl, they actually get more XP than what I do, because I'm 5-11. So I think this is just going to give me more of a chance to maybe try to make the playoffs, make it more of an exciting 5-year rebuild. Yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade all these players, and then we don't have any draft picks, so can't really do anything with that. I guess I'll probably see you guys next season. We'll go over the free agents that I was able to sign. So I didn't even think about it, but after releasing all those players, we had a ton of cap space. So we had a lot of money to spend on some people. Obviously, we just added here on the offensive line, just Denver Kirkland. So not a huge upgrade. Actually, he might have been a downgrade from last year, but also got David Moore here as a third wide receiver. And then on the defense, that's where we really made the splash. We went ahead and got Miles Jack at middle linebacker, Kendall Fuller. Over on the other side, we got Jonathan Jones. And then we also got, Camu Gerger Hill or something like that. But yeah, so defense got a little bit better this year. So I think hopefully we can have a better record than we did last year. We'll go ahead and sit it next season and see what we did. Alright, so we still didn't make the playoffs. We'll go over here and check to see what our record was. We did improve from last year. We went 8-8 this year, so that's awesome. I'm going to go over and go ahead and check out the stats of these players, what they did this season. What the heck? There we go. Alright. Drew Lock, 3,419 passing yards and 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So not terrible. A little bit of a drop-off from last year. Rushing, Saquon Barkley, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Royce Freeman had 7 touchdowns. Receiving, Will Fuller led with over 800 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Then Cortland Sutton, and then Noah Fant. Saquon Barkley had 476 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, too. Wow, that's awesome. Our defense must have been pretty good this year, though. Yeah, Miles Jack, 141 tackles, followed by Kendall Fuller. The top 2 free agency picks that we got, or we had signings we got. 4 interceptions, a lot more interceptions this year. 4 interceptions. And then, sacks dropped off. Emmanuel Ogbah, and then Bradley Chubb with 3.5. Okay, still 8-8, so not a bad season. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these players, and then I'm going to actually stick around for free agency to see what players we can get. Well, guys, I acted like I was going to be a big spender in free agency, but I actually only signed 1 player, and it was an overall 73 right tackle. So basically rolling with the same team from last year. Hoping this team can improve and maybe make the playoffs this year, but we're going to go ahead and send it next season and find out. Alright guys, after a 10-6 season, we were able to grab that wild card spot. So we're going to go ahead and check the stats of the players real quick. Drew Lock, over 4,000 passing yards and 31 passing touchdowns with only 9 interceptions. So really good season for him. Rushing, Saquon Barkley had 1,500 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, followed by Royce Freeman with only 219 but 11 touchdowns. So he's really a goal line threat there. Receiving, Cortland Sutton over 1,000 receiving yards with 7 touchdowns. Noah Fant looks like he had 877 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. And then defense, we'll check this out real quick. 125 tackles for Miles Jack. then followed by Josie Jewell with 97. Tackles for a loss is Emmanuel Ogba, and then Harrison Phillips. Sacks, Bradley Chubb, and then Harrison Phillips again with 6 interceptions. Though, let's see, did we improve? 3 from Miles Jack, 3 for Wills Parks, 3 for Jonathan Jones, and then 2 for Josie Jewell, and then wow, Bradley Chubb even had 2. So wow, defense actually did really good. We're gonna go ahead and back out of here real quick, upgrade our players, and then see if we progress any more or any further into the playoffs. Alright, so all the players are upgraded, and time to go ahead and advance the week to see how we did. Fingers crossed. Alright, we made it. Again, alright, we got some players. Let's go ahead and upgrade these players a little bit more, and then we will advance the week again. Alright, so we play the Chiefs now. Whew, okay. My palms are actually getting a little sweaty. I'm not even playing the games, but we're going to go ahead and get all these players upgraded, and then, yeah, let's see. Jake Butt, oh yeah, that's right. He's our backup. So we'll get all these players real quick. Alright, yeah, I don't really care about you. Well, I care about every single one of my players, but we'll go ahead and advance the week again. Let's see how we did. Come on, let us make the Super Bowl. Actually, the next one will be the conference. Yeah, conference championship. So we did make it. Awesome. Going against the Browns. We got some players to be upgraded again. We're going to go ahead and upgrade them real quick. And then we'll go ahead and sim to see if we made the playoffs. Man, after 3 seasons, if we can make the playoffs after 3 seasons, that would be fantastic. I mean, the whole point of a rebuild is to see if your players or your team can make the playoffs or the Super Bowl. So, I mean, if we do it in 3 years, well, that'd be awesome. I mean, unless we make it to the Super Bowl and lose, and then we'll have to go on to a 4th year. But go ahead and upgrade the rest of those players and advance this week. Actually, no, it's soon to the Super Bowl. Yeah, soon to the Super Bowl. Let's see. Moment of truth. Gotta wait for this. Ah, dang it! I actually want to see what who made the Pro Bowl. But oh well. All right. Not only did we make the Super Bowl, but it is a Broncos versus Panthers Super Bowl 50 rematch. I mean, kind of. I mean, we don't have the same players we had then, but still, nice little rematch. It's cool. We won 24-14, and they won 27-24 against the Bears. Man, the Bears would have been fun to play in the Super Bowl, but this would be neat. This would be a fun little rematch. So instead of simming the game, I do believe that I'm actually going to hop in here, and I'm not going to actually play it, but I want to watch it. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here, ready up, and then actually I want to change the uniforms. Let's go. What uniforms do we want for this Super Bowl? Scroll through here. No, there we go. 75th Anniversary Classic. All right, let's go ahead and ready up, and then I will see you guys in the game.
Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this little sim through here. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the game, and hopefully the Broncos come out on top.
Trophy goes west, and it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs.
What was initially a 5-year rebuild ended up being a 3-year rebuild and ending in a Super Bowl championship. So that is awesome. Vic Fangio, love having him as the new head coach of the Broncos, even though I feel like my defensive and offensive scheme and team building was what led us to the Super Bowl, but hey, whatever. We're going to go ahead and sim to the end of this, and then we'll see who the players of the game were.
It's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it. And they are the Super Bowl champs, the Lombardi Trophy.
All right, we already seen that Saquon Barkley got player of the game. We're going to hop in the player stats, though, and see how the rest of these players did. Drew Lock, 19 for 28, 270 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Cam Newton was 37 for 43, 421 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Rushing, Christian McCaffrey, 120 yards, no touchdowns, Saquon, 176 and 2 touchdowns. And then for receiving, I guess we'll go ahead and look at the both teams. We'll go ahead and filter the Panthers here first. 137 receiving yards for Joe Castro. Jonnu Smith had 82, DJ Moore 85, Curtis Samuel 38, and then Christian McCaffrey had 48. And then for the Broncos, leading receiver was Will Fuller. Actually, Saquon Barkley was the leading receiver with 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. I tell you what, if you do a rebuild, this is the guy that you want to get. He is just a jack of all trades. But yeah, we had quite a few receiving yards. Let's go ahead and check out the defense here. Tackles, total tackles was Miles Jack, followed by Jonathan Jones. Tackles for a loss was Tim Jernigan. Sacks, 1.5 Emmanuel Ogbah, 1 from Tim Jernigan. Do we have any interceptions? Jonathan Jones with 1 interception. So overall, we had some good play, but if you guys liked this rebuild, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see any other rebuilds, leave some comments down below. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.